Assalamualaikum warahmatullahi wabarakatuh. First of all, let us give thanks to Allah Subhanahu wa Ta'ala for giving space so that we can make a presentation today. Let me introduce myself and my team members. My name is Nurdiana, you can call me Diana. I'm a student of the Faculty of Psychology at UIN Raden Fatah Palembang. And these are my mates, Nida Shabirah, Dinta Rizka Irfianti, Muhammad Rizki Aulia, and Nyaya Istiqomah. And today, my team and I will presenting about our journal, The Effectiveness of Tahajud Prayers on Reducing Anxiety Levels on Regional Students. Well, let's just start the first session is the opening. Before that, let us say Basmala together. Next, the delivery of the introduction. I invite you to Dinta read the first discussion. Please welcoming Dinta.
Thank you to moderator. First, introduction. Students are individuals enrolled in higher education with private, public, or other equivalent institutions who are actively in the process of seeking knowledge to develop their thinking. Migrating is when a person leaves their hometown of their own free will for a long or indefinite period of time, with the aim of finding a source of livelihood, gaining knowledge, and gaining experience. Students migrate for various purposes, such as seeking the best education, seeking freedom from parental control, exploring new things that do not exist in their home area, learning the customs and culture of the place where they migrate, and honing their independence. However, when entering a new environment, individuals will face various problems, mainly caused by language and cultural differences, such as food, humor, and customs. As individuals who are going through a transition period, both in terms of academics and social relationships, students are also prone to anxiety. Anxiety is often similar to fear, but focuses more on the less specific. While fear is usually a response to a concrete threat, anxiety is characterized by a concern for possible future harm, which is often non-specific. Anxiety treatment may consist of pharmacological and non-pharmacological approaches. Pharmacological therapy includes the use of psychopharmaceutical drugs and somatic therapy, while non-pharmacological therapy includes various strategies such as increasing immunity to stressors, psychotherapy, psychoreligious therapy, psychosocial therapy, and counseling. Psychotherapy is a form of treatment that involves the spiritual dimension, the application of special techniques and approaches in healing mental illness or difficulties in daily adjustment. Psychotherapy specifically uses a variety of psychological techniques to address the underlying emotional problems of a person's life. Moreover, in the context of the professional relationship between therapist and patient, the primary goal is to reduce, alter, or resolve symptoms, correct unhealthy behaviors, and facilitate positive personal growth and development. Prayer is seen as a central pillar of religious practice, a ritual that signifies a deep recognition of the oneness of Allah Subhanahu wa Ta'ala as the creator of the universe. In this context, the importance of prayer is not only as a routine act of worship, but also as a manifestation of deep spiritual commitment. With various interpretations of the definition of prayers, Muhammad Ali Aziz states that prayer can be form of therapy that can overcome various problems in life, both physical and spiritual. When a person performs prayers with sincerity and submission to Allah, this act of worship can make him or her feel His presence that is able to solve all the problems faced. This can eliminate negative energy in the body and replace it with positive energy. The definition of tahajjud is the time when a person wakes up from sleep or is awake at night. One of the forms of worship performed at that time is the tahajjud prayer, which is a voluntary prayer performed between the Isha and the Fajr prayers. This prayer is performed after one has slept first, even if only for a short time. According to Imam Shafi'i, both the night prayer and the witr prayer performed before or after sleep are called tahajjud. The majority of scholars agree that the ruling on witr prayer is sunnah mu'akkad, which is sunnah that is highly recommended. The agreed time for witr prayer is between Isha and the break of dawn. Therefore, it is recommended to end the night with witr prayer as a form of meaningful closure of our daily worship. The concept of tahajjud itself implies waking up from sleep at night in order to pray. By fulfilling this condition, one can perform the tahajjud prayers.
Thank you for that excellent presentation, Dinta. Let's move on to Rizki. Please welcoming Rizki.
Okay, thank you to the moderator. Now I'll explain about the method that has been used in this research. This type of research used descriptive qualitative research with in-depth interview, observation, and documentation as the data collection methods. The subject in this research was a regional student who lived far from their hometown and had anxiety both in academics and their environments. The procedure of this research will be mean interview regarding the level of anxiety and its causes experienced by the subject, and the researcher will explain about the steps of recommended therapy such as tahajjud prayer. And the subject was asked to do self-therapy for 7 days, but the researcher still made observation about development of their feeling. And the last one will be after 7 days, subject will be asked for information about the development of their feeling during the sessions. I think that's all. Thank you. I'll give it back to the moderator.
Thank you, Rizki. So, moving along our sessions, please welcome Nida Shabirah.
Okay, thanks to the moderator. Here I will continue in the result research. During Tahajjud prayer therapy, the researcher made observations related to the progress of Tahajjud prayer therapy on anxiety experiences by the research subject. Researchers systematically record a change in anxiety level experiences over a period of time. This observation include various parameters that are relevant to understanding overall impact of tahajjud prayer. On a first day, subject did tahajjud prayer at 11 p.m. Number of rakaat, 2 rakaat. Her feelings or perception related to the source of anxiety is there is a sense of unease in her heart. Second day, subject did tahajjud prayer at 12 a.m. Numbers of rakaat, 4 rakaat. Her feeling or perception related to the source of anxiety, she hasn't felt any change in her heart. Like before, still unease in her heart. And the third day, subject did tahajjud prayer on 1:30 a.m. Number of rakaat, 2 rakaat. Her feeling or perception related to the source of anxiety, the subject began to feel like she was sleeping better. On a fourth day, subject did tahajjud prayer at 3 a.m. Number of rakaat, 2 rakaat. Her feeling or perception related to the source of anxiety, the subject began to feel like she was living better and feel more relaxed. And the fifth day, subject did tahajud prayer at 3 a.m. Number of rakaat 4 rakaat. Her feeling or perception related to search of anxiety. Subject started to feel more emotionally stable. And the sixth day, subject did tahajud prayer at 2:15 a.m. and she increased the raka'ah of her tahajud prayer from previous day. On a sixth day, subject did tahajjud prayer 6 raka'ah, and her feeling or perception related to the search of anxiety, the subject began to feel more able to control the feelings of stress and anxiety that she felt. And the last day, subject did tahajjud prayer on a 3 a.m. Number of raka'ah still 6 raka'ah, and the subject started to feel heavier and calmer. On the final interview, the subject said, "It's turned out that this tahajjud prayer is effective to help me in reducing anxiety. I think I will do it as often as possible because this tahajjud prayer can provide peace for me. I feel that my spiritual level is more fulfilled and closer to Allah Subhanahu wa Ta'ala." Based on observation made by researchers and summaries interviews related to development of stage of change in feelings perception related to the search of the subject's anxiety during the therapy process, the subject felt that this tahajjud prayer therapy was effective for reducing the anxiety of her experience. So, she tried to carry out as often as possible because this tahajjud prayer provide peace for her. And this is also in line with research Khadija et al. 2021 that there is a significant positive relationship between anxiety and sleep quality of new students outside Japa Jember University. The higher anxiety and the worse sleep quality. Based on this, it can also be seen that in the table that researchers made that the subject has started to feel good sleep starting on the third day after doing self-therapy, which means the subject has begun to experience a decrease in the level of anxiety. So, her sleep has started to be a good. Okay, that's all from me. I return it to the moderator.
Thank you, Nida, for a great presentation. So here I will continue the next discussion. Regional students can run into all sorts of problems. They often have a hard time becoming independent. They need to learn to stop leaning on others and start trusting their own skill to deal with stuff. Independence isn't something you just magically get. You've got to practice it and get comfortable with it to really develop that self-sufficient vibe. If the students don't get the hang being independent soon, they might feel overwhelmed and could end up anxious and stressed out. Anxiety is a part of life. Everyone feels it sometime. It can actually push you to success if it stays within normal levels. This is why psychotherapy is so crucial. It's all about helping people tap into their true potential and smart. Next, doing tahajjud prayer can have a big impact on positive thinking and productivity levels. When you pray sincerely, it can really help lower anxiety. Through focus and heartfelt worship, you can achieve a state of relaxation and inner peace, which is key to reducing anxiety symptoms. Tahajjud is performed in the middle of the night when the most living beings are fast asleep. At that time, the night is super quiet, and even if there's no moon or stars shining, it feels like the universe itself is peacefully asleep. Tahajjud is a special way for Muslims to get closer to Allah Subhanahu wa Ta'ala. The time for tahajjud can be divided into 3 parts. First part of the night, middle of the night, and the last third of the night. The last third of the night, this is the most recommended and virtuous time for performing tahajjud. This is the time when Allah's mercy is believed to be closest to the believers and is considered the best time for supplications and prayer. Okay, the next is benefit of Tahajud prayer. The first one is inner peace and emotional stability. Achieving inner peace and emotional stability means feeling calm and balanced in your daily life, even when facing challenges or stressful situations. The second is better planning and organizational skill. Improving your planning and organizational skills help you manage your time and tasks more efficiently, allowing you to accomplish your goal more efficiently. The third is increased motivation and productivity. With increased motivation and productivity, you feel more driven and capable of completing your work or a personal project, leading to higher achievement and satisfaction. The next is more independent and self-confidence. Becoming more independent and self-confident means you trust yourself to make decisions and take action without relying heavily on others, fostering a sense of self-reliance and assurance. Last but not least is better sleep quality. Better sleep quality refers to having more restful and uninterrupted sleep, which help you wake up feeling refreshed and ready to take on the day. Okay, thank you. The next will be going with Nyayu. Please welcoming Nyayu.
Thank you, Diana. So the conclusion is the implementations of Tahajud prayer has been found to have various positive impacts from multiple aspects. Practicing Tahajud prayer brings significant changes in how individuals face fear and anxiety. Subjects experience increased inner calm and better emotional management after consistently performing Tahajud prayer. The positive effects are not only felt in the subject's mental condition but also influence sleep quality and overall well-being. Additionally, subjects report improvements in planning, productivity, self-confidence, independence, and experiencing more restful sleep. These findings align with the Islamic view on the benefits of prayer, which is seen not only as a ritual worship but also as a form of psychotherapy that brings tranquility, confidence, and a deeper connection with the divine. This underscores the importance of a holistic approach in addressing anxiety, combining spiritual and psychological aspects to achieve better mental balance.
Okay, that's a conclusion of our journal and presentation today. Thank you so much to Nyayu. I like to finish our presentation today. That's all we want to share to you guys. Thank you for my team and thank you for your nice attention. Wassalamualaikum warahmatullahi wabarakatuh.